Hi friends, Ryan at Renewed Health. Hope you're doing well. Just want to say thanks again for checking out our content, and thanks so much for supporting our channel and our business for 20 some years at this point. So, red light therapy. I'll tell you what, I'm a huge fan of red light therapy. So many of you probably don't know the story on red light as far as why I got interested in this particular situation. Well, I had a knee that when I was, I'm in my late 40s right now, but when I was in my teens, I had a doctor that told me that I needed to have knee surgery. That either skateboarding or martial arts or swimming or whatever it was that I was doing at the time that caused some damage to my knee was causing my knee to actually lock out a joint and really be sore on a pretty regular basis. Well, luckily, I decided that I did not want to go underneath the knife at the age of 15 or 16 or whatever I was at the time, and decided to delay that. However, really all the way through my 30s and into my early 40s, my left knee was challenged, okay, to say the least. There would be periods of time where it was worse than others, but it would be inflamed on occasion, holding fluid on occasion, sometimes even locking out a joint. And well, lo and behold, I got introduced to red light therapy, and said one of the reasons that I thought I would drop some significant money and buy my very first panel was because they said, look, it could probably reduce inflammation and really help with your knee. Well, I took platinum LED up on that and said, look, let's get my very first panel. Let's give this thing a try. And by the way, we do have an affiliation with a number of the companies I'm going to mention here. You want a platinum light? We have an affiliation with them. You want a Mito light, a Kineon light? There's a number of affiliations we have. So I just wanted to disclose that up front. So decided to give the money back guarantee trial period a real go and tried it on my knee and noticed a significant improvement. Okay, I'll just tell you flat out, substantial improvement. Now, 3 years later, as I've been religiously using red light, my knee is a new thing. Okay, my knee is really substantially improved to where there's multiple days that go by where I even think about it at all, versus in the past, it used to bother me on a daily basis kind of situation. Okay, so what's really taking place? Well, there's a few things that are taking place. Near infrared light waves at certain wavelengths have the ability to number one, reduce inflammation rather substantially and generate mitochondria health as well. There's some biogenesis that's taking place. And so is it potentially possible to kind of make that particular part of the body healthy again? That's been my experience, okay? So big panels are fantastic, and I would absolutely suggest to you, if you have you not invested in a full-size panel, you need to really think about that, because impact on joints, blood circulation, skin health is a big one. And just general mood in general, the ability to sleep at night, because there's melatonin release at certain wavelengths of light as well. Immune system benefits. There's all sorts of benefits to using near infrared and red light therapy. So today I want to talk to you about a new company that we've got a partnership with called Kineon. And this kind of fits a certain need. I'll just call it what it is. So Kineon took red light therapy and made it into a wearable device. Okay. Now, many of you will say, well, I don't know if I want to stand in front of a wall for 10 minutes, reading a book or listen to a podcast or whatever while you've got your body bathed in photon exposure. Look, I get that. I can understand. I'll be fairly, I'd fight you on that and say, I think you're crazy. You absolutely should do it. But Kineon took a little bit different approach, and they decided to make a wearable device, okay, called the MOVE Plus Pro. And I like this little device. I really, it comes in a nice travel case. Actually comes with this blue cord. You can charge through the travel case as well. You've got an individual charger station in here. We can show you how charged up it is at the moment. It comes with a zip-up case on the side to put your charging cable and the wearable straps into as well. I'll show you that here in a minute. And just, it's rigid. It's a solid built case. Kineon, look, they don't make any qualms about it. Fine joint pain relief with the power of light. Okay, medical grade laser therapy for lasting joint pain relief. Proven benefits for osteoarthritis, chronic pain, inflammation, cartilage damage, tendonitis, wound healing recovery. Good for your shoulder, your nose, your elbow, your ankle, your wrist. Okay. And I would say I think all of that has merit. I'm not going to make medical claims, but I'm going to tell you I think this all has merit. So these little devices, they're like modulars. Now, the beauty is that you don't have to sit there and hold this particular thing. You can, if you want to put it in a particular spot. Say you've got some tooth pain and your jaw's really been bothering you, and you think, you know, what am I going to do about this tooth pain? Or you've got some just ulcer sores, like canker sores and things of that sort. Something like this could be extremely helpful. TMJ, you want to release inflammation, phenomenal, okay? You've got some tendonitis going on, fantastic. All right, so the beauty on this is that there's a number of different straps. It comes with this particular strap that you can install these modulars very easily, snaps firmly into it, just like that. And I'll show you here how this works. Put this together for you. And final one will snap in right this. Now, one of the interesting things is when you hit the start button on one of them, they all sync together. They all come on at the same time. Now, one of the things that makes Kineon different than the vast majority of light therapies on there, for instance, like this great product called the MitoFlex from MitoPro, from Mito Red Light. Each of these lenses on this particular device has an emission of light. Okay, so this has, you can switch it to where it has either near infrared coming out of it, or it has red light coming out of it, or you can set it up to where it staggers the lights and it's 50-50. Okay, so this is meant to be used at a distance. You could use it like this, but the LED light emission is a spectrum. Okay, so say for instance on this one, the near infrared is at 850, or the red light is at 660. That doesn't mean 100% of the light is coming out of that. It means most of the light is coming out of that frequency, okay, that wavelength. So on a 660 red, you might get all the way down to 625, and you might get all the way up to 685, with being a bell curve of light. On the Kineon, they took a laser, not an LED, and put it at the very center of this, and they put it at 808. Okay, 808, 810, really deep penetrating, really an enormous amount of research on 808, 810. And the laser means that 100% of the light that's coming out of that is exactly at that wavelength. They've done that, and then they've surrounded it with a number of LED chips in the red light spectrum. Okay, now why would you do that? Well, you want the near infrared at 808 to go as deep as it possibly can to go into that tissue, and the red light therapy at 630, which is what is on this, I believe. Red light is good for the skin. Doesn't get as deep. It doesn't get into the muscles. It doesn't get into the tendons. It doesn't get into the cartilage. It gets to the skin. So your skin, you want a broader spectrum of light. You want it covering a broader spectrum, and you want the laser, the near infrared, to go as deep as it possibly can in the body. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. So I'm going to show you here how intense this actually is. I've never done this before, and this is probably going to look a little bit ridiculous on video, but I'm going to show you what it looks like through your mouth. Let me turn this on, and you can see the red light come directly through it. Is that visible, Tracy? All right. So if you put red light up on bone, you take a cow skull, or, you know, probably don't have a cow. I don't have a cow skull here to show you this. Take any type of bone and you put it up on it, and you are going to see some illumination on the side of that. Okay, that's how deep this stuff is really getting. So people always wonder the question of saying, well, you know, do I need to get a neurological device for my brain, for dementia, for Alzheimer's, for brain aging? Because there's a lot of research on this. And there's devices that go up the nose, flash light directly in your skull. The reality is that when you're standing in front of a full light panel, the intensity on that is enough. You're going to get some exposure to your skull. In fact, if you walk outside and the sun is coming down on you, you're going to get far infrared, near infrared waves that are going to be coming into your brain as well. Why you need to be outside. Okay. All right. So let's put this thing on. So for video purposes, I'm just making this on top of a sweatshirt. You would never wear the device over top of clothing. Okay. So just a complete disclaimer: don't do this. I'm just showing you for purposes of making this convenient. So when you turn this light on, you're going to feel a vibration and you're going to hear a beep. You can alternate between the times as well. So there's a number of lights that are lit up on this. You can choose between 5, 10, or 15 minutes. So you want to sit down and you want to put this on your achy knee. You want to put this strap around your shoulder. You want to put this on your bicep. You want to put it on your elbow. Say you've got a wrist issue. Maybe your ankle is bothering you. Your foot, you've been running and you've not been wearing appropriate shoes and you've got some pain in your feet. You can absolutely use these things in all of those types of applications. Okay, and consistency is absolutely important with red light therapy. Look, are you going to get relief using it once today and then 5 days later another time? No, you really won't. Don't waste your money. Don't buy a device. But if you use a device on a daily basis, 5-6 days a week, you should take a break, maybe 1 day a week. But use it 5 or 6 days a week, you are going to notice probably some pretty significant improvements like I did within the course of a month, maybe 2 months kind of situation. So give it a try. So that's how this particular device works. I'm going to take it off to show you how easy it is. And you could put this, you could put this around your shoulder, as I said, put it around your wrist. You could put it directly around your knee. You could do a number of different things with it. So I don't think that a Kineon device like this is, these are expensive. Okay, they're $500 without our discount code. Use our discount code; it's going to give you a nice discount. So make sure that you use that. One way you can make it more affordable is you can use HSA or FSA dollars towards the purchase of one of these. Okay. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's not relevant to you. You can't use those dollars. But HSA and FSA dollars are basically tax-free money that you can put into an account to use for health-related items if you have a qualified account. Now, that's phenomenal. I'll save you whatever your tax rate is, and you get the opportunity with money that maybe you've already stashed away for health-related circumstances. Platinum lights, mito red lights, Kineon, that applies for all of them. Okay, so that's a really good way to save money. But what I was going to go to is that, would you buy a panel or would you buy a wearable device? I'd buy a panel first, and then I'd probably plan on putting one of these in my future. So if you think about a large panel, let's say 300 lenses on it, that's an enormous amount of photon exposure that's coming into your body. Device like this, where you've got effectively 6 lenses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you can only get so much light into the body. Now these are intense, so you're going to be wearing it on the skin. It's going to be getting deeper, and it's going to be getting more photon exposure than, say, for instance, this light would be right here on. I've got it all on the all red. But if I put this on right here, that light is not going to be as intense down at the skin level as a wearable device directly on the skin. So maybe one of the questions you might have is, well, what if I already have a mobile device like this? Can I just put the light directly on my skin and wear it like that? Well, the reality is probably not. Because on a unit like this, the lenses are at a certain angle. And when you go in and move the light like this, you're going to see this shift in the way the output of the light on your skin. Okay, it's going to go into a tiny little dot versus a broad wavelength. A device like this is already engineered to be worn directly on your skin. Okay, so the way that the light is going, the intensity of the way that the light is spreading, is perfect to wear on your body itself. So, folks, I hope that helps you. I really do want to encourage you. Don't wait any longer. This is kind of one of these situations. A laser device like this 10 years ago wasn't possible. The technology just didn't exist. Full-size body panels didn't exist. And it's not because they didn't exist because it wasn't really an area of interesting research from a scientific standpoint. It didn't exist because the technology wasn't possible. Lasers were extremely expensive. LEDs had a long way to grow to get to where we are today. And there's just been a really significant acceleration of the accessibility of this stuff to become feasible for folks in our current day. So don't wait any longer. Buy a device. You're going to be happy that you did. Feel free to call me if you've got any questions. We'd love to talk with you anytime. And I hope this helps you on your way to more vibrant, more dynamic, healthy, robust living. Thanks, friends. Have a fantastic week.